Hi, I'm John from off-road.cc, and this is the new Cotic Rocket. So it is 170mm at the front, or you can run 160 if you prefer, but it's now bumped up from 160 at the back up to 165. That's also come in junction with a slightly less progressive rear end and a new longer stroke shock, designed to make that first bit of travel a little bit more plush. Oh. So, other things have also happened. The reach has been increased slightly. So this medium is now 467mm, which is pretty decent. I usually end up riding large sized frames because they don't have the reach, so it's a nice change to be on a medium that has got a full length dropper. Helpfully, Cotic's also publishing the insertion depth that you can get in each size frame, meaning that if you want to size up or down, you'll know how much travel on a dropper host you can use, which is really quite good of them. Other things that have also happened with the geometry is that the seat angle is a little bit steeper at 76 degrees. That's definitely a good thing, because one of our criticisms of the old Rocket was that, relative to a lot of the competition, it's a bit on the slack side, and when you combine that with a long reach, you end up with a really long effective top tube, which can feel a bit stretched on the bike, even when you're using like a dinky 35mm stem like this. So yeah, that is definitely a step in the right direction. What else? Oh, exciting news. The frame on these Rockets has always been basically a Reynolds 853 steel front triangle, and then aluminium chainstays, and then steel seat stays. Now, this front triangle is actually made in the UK, up in Scotland, rather than in the Far East, which is quite cool. Another thing that's happened is Cotic has got a completely custom tube set. So what they used to use was something called oval form, which is what you see here. It's kind of like this flattened shape. Obviously they're just using a stock tube set of that. So now what's happened is that making their own one, or Reynolds is making one specifically for these bikes, which is rather dandy. It means that the bike is now stiffer and stronger than before. Notice some extra little gussets down the bottom too, but it's not any heavier. It's got to be a good thing, because this bike is not exactly a flyweight. What I will say is that the rear suspension now, with that long stroke slot, slightly less progressive, it does mean it's a lot more plush and there's quite a lot more grip, just instantly from the back end. This bike, like all frame sets, is running a Cane Creek double barrel inline. So if you want a frame with that on, it will cost you £2,199. You can have the piggyback equipped double barrel air for an extra £200. I believe full bikes starting somewhere near the £3,000 mark. This bike that I'm riding is getting hectic now, isn't it? It's the silver build, and rather nicely you can have that with either a SRAM GX drivetrain or, there we go, a 12-speed new Shimano XT. Either are good choices. I really like the new Shimano stuff, it's got to be said, but this bike is a GX bike and it doesn't miss a beat. This bike also comes with a Cane Creek fork on the front, helm air. To be honest, setting up is a little bit more faffy than most air forks, because it doesn't have a self-balancing negative chamber, so it's a bit more fiddly. doesn't feel quite as beautifully controlled. Whee! Right, chop it in tight. Oh, and tight again. Not so much grip out today. They say like a rock shop lyric. I mean, that'd probably be the best choice, but it's not one currently offered. Whee! What I will say is that this is my second ride out on the bike, and it's an amazingly easy bike to get on with. You can just like leap on it, the reach feels really good, the handling's just really nice and planted. Chainstays are 437mm, which is quite nice. This is obviously a 650B wheeled bike. If you want a 29er, Cotic does do the Rocket Max, which I suspect will probably be updated in a similar manner to this fairly shortly. Yeah, 64-degree head angle, that's really nice. So even riding it some of the steeper stuff, it's just super planted, super confident, you can really will it where you want to go. That is helped an awful lot by the fact that this bike has got big fat WTB 2.6 inch tyres. Got a Vigilante up front in a high grip light, so that's the thinner casing, and at the back we've got a Trail Boss in the tough but fast rolling version. So it's really nicely well thought out build. Yeah, so the first impressions. Well, Cotic say that yeah, you'd be faster on a Rocket. Well, that's, I mean, meant to say that yes, if you were strapped to a Rocket you would be faster, God knows, but this is a really good fun little bike. I'm looking forward to spending a little bit more time on it over the coming days, and fingers crossed it stays as nice as this. Right, I'll update you with more details soon. Bye bye.